The Laws of Ascension, Chapter 106, Monkey. So you have a divine law, Cyrilda says as they walk through the space tunnel. Is that why I can use my law field now? Lorik asks, causing her to chuckle. Way to take that in stride. King Eldrin tells him, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything. He adds before opening the folder. He skims through the first page before sighing and closing it. How bad is it? Sarah asks her father. The first page says that these invaders are resistant to laws. Only grand mages can handle them safely. The only exceptions are Lorik's hunt law, as it was made for this, as well as Vera's law of destruction, since it destroys matter. Their resistance doesn't do much when it's obliterated. Similar laws will work, but there aren't a lot of laws like that. Cyrilda's space law is effective, but Eldrin says before trailing off. But what? Vera asks as Sarah turns her head. We'll talk about it later. Let's get this all figured out first. Cyrilda says before they stop. She cracks the space in front of them, and they walk through it. They appear back in Cyrilda's office and take a seat. So first things first, Lorik and Vera, are you sure you want to do this training with the Holy Queen? Cyrilda asks after everyone's taken a seat. Yeah, I want to grow stronger, Vera replies. Training under someone known as the world's strongest seems like the best way to do so. She adds with a small laugh. She's also got her own divine law. I want to learn more about mine and what it does. Besides, from your retired field marshal's perspective, can you really afford not to send us to her for training? From the sounds of it, a war with these invaders is in our future. Lorik replies. You're right, but I still wouldn't force you, Cyrilda says before sighing. Do you think Calvaris will agree to a truce during this invader war? Sarah asks. I doubt it. Not unless they sustain heavy damage from the invaders. Otherwise, they'll likely use this as a chance to invade. King Eldrin says before leaning back. I don't think we can handle a war with the invaders on top of Calvaris, Cyrilda says. No, we cannot. We don't have the manpower for both. I don't even think we could manage the invaders without suffering in return. Eldrin replies. Everyone remains silent for a moment while the weight of two possible wars sets in. I can talk to Soren and Torvin about reinforcements. You guys getting conquered by Calvaris wouldn't be good for them. Lorik says, surprising Cyrilda. What kind of reinforcements could we expect, assuming we come to an agreement? She asks. Lorik closes his eyes to think before answering. Maybe half the hunting dogs and some of the other night eyes. Soren and Torvin would go out too. Not both at once, though. One would stay back, and they'd take turns out in the field. If I had to give an exact number, though, I'd say at least 500 mages and 5 grand mages. Give or take 100 mages and 1 or 2 grand mages. They'll send lesser mages too, but I don't know how much. Actually, yeah, I can probably convince them to enlist the scattered forces down there. You'll likely have to pay or agree to something big, but then you can expect double that. Lorik replies, surprising her once again. Can they really send 5 grand mages? Eldrin asks. They can. Only 2 of them are in the capital now. The others are out at their bases outside the capital. None of them are as strong as Torvin and Soren, though, so don't get too excited. Lorik replies before he nods. How sure are you of this? Cyrilda asks after a moment. 90%. I'd have to go down and talk to them about it. But I'm sure they'll agree if you tell them about the invaders, which, for your information, they'll find out sooner or later, even if I don't tell them. But you can take my word for this. They've been making me manage certain duties down there, so I know how things work and how many people the black market has. Lorik replies. Cyrilda turns to King Eldrin and nods. He sighs before turning to Lorik. Go tell them we're willing to talk about whatever demands they have, as long as they can provide at least 8 grand mages. King Eldrin says, causing Lorik to nod. Fair warning, Lorik says while getting up. They'll try to pressure you into something absurd. Just hold strong until they back down. They'll agree regardless, since you losing hurts them too. Just remember that when negotiations start. He says before Cyrilda stands up, I'll teleport you to your home. You'll get there quicker. Cyrilda says before Lorik turns around and walks to her. I'm coming too, Vera says while jumping up and following Lorik to Cyrilda's side. Why? Lorik asks. I want to. Besides, I have something I need to ask Torvin and Soren. Vera replies, surprising Lorik. What is it? Lorik asks. It's a secret, Vera replies with a mischievous smile. Lorik sighs before turning away. Cyrilda teleports them both back to his house. They appear in the living room and hear a scream. They both jump and turn to the source of the sound. Where did you two come from? Leora asks, trying hard to calm down and embarrassed that she just screamed like that. Sorry, Master, teleported us here, Lorik replies before walking to the kitchen. Vera, you can change in the living room or upstairs, Lorik says before Leroa turns to Vera. What's going on? Why did you teleport here? She asks Vera. We need to go to the black market. Something serious happened, and we need to talk to Torvin and Soren. Well, Lorik does. I'm just tagging along to ask something else. Vera replies, See, could I come too? I want to ask about Crow. I want to thank her since she helped me a lot before. Leora asks, I don't think that'd be a problem, Vera replies, causing her to smile. She pulls the box out from under the couch and changes into the clothes. She puts the deer mask on after she's done. Vera has her cat mask on. They walk into the kitchen and find Lorik wearing his fox mask. He's leaning against the door in his all-black clothes. Why are you dressed up? Lorik asks Leora. I'm coming to. I want to ask about Crow. Leora replies, causing him to sigh. She's out on a mission right now. I don't know when she'll be back. Lorik replies. I'm still going, Leroa says before walking to the door. She pulls it open, pushing Lorik off it. She leads them out to the alley before stopping. Where was the entrance again? She asks, causing Lorik to laugh. He takes the lead and guides them to the alley. They walk down the stairs and enter the dark room. Lorik opens the other door, lighting the room up and allowing Leora and Vera to see. Lorik knocks on the door and waits for it to open. Fox, cat, deer, the hunting dog says as they enter, surprised to see another person with them. They each nod to her before walking away. So, what is Crow like? And what kind of food does she enjoy? I want to thank her for what she did, and I figure cooking would be a good way to do so. Leora asks as they walk. Crow's like our parents. She's got the anger from her mom along with her gentle side, but she has Dad's foolishness and stubbornness. She's quite the character. I don't know what food she likes, but she eats lots of meat. Lorik replies, causing her to nod. How old is Crow? Vera asks. I'm not sure. The last time I asked a woman her age down here, I got slapped so hard you could see the mark 3 days later. But she's at least in her 30s. She had her law when I entered the black market and was already a mage. Lorik replies before they get to Torvin's shop. He opens the door before stopping. What is it? Vera asks as he slams the door closed. He reaches out to Vera and Leora to his left. He manipulates their gravity, pushing them back and away from him. They each fall on their butts before the door slams open. A man wearing a white tank top and jeans charges through it. He has a smiling monkey on his mask. As soon as he shoulder bashes the door open, Lorik swings his fist into his chest. The man coughs before spreading his arms out and wrapping Lorik in a bear hug. Fox, it's been so long, Monkey says before Lorik breaks free. Not fucking long enough if you ask me, Lorik says while backing away. Fox? Leora asks, unsure of what to do here. Monkey turns upon hearing her. You brought 2 girls along with you. Our little fox is all grown up, he says before Lorik grits his teeth. His soul weapons appear over his hands as he casts Bestial Body. He takes off, rushing Monkey the moment the spell is active. Monkey smiles under his mask as a magic circle appears under his feet. Red frost appears over his skin as his blood, ice, and power laws strengthen him. He grabs Lorik's hands as he goes to punch him. They press against each other for a brief moment before Lorik pushes him back. You've gotten stronger too, Monkey adds while struggling against him. He kicks out, knocking Lorik back as Torvin and a woman come up behind them. Don't break anything, Torvin shouts before Monkey balls his hands together. He slams them into Lorik as he guards with his arms. Lorik gets knocked off his feet and slammed into the building across the street. It's a restaurant, and he goes through their wall. He lands on an empty table, breaking it and falling to the ground. Monkey jumps through the wall, and they continue their fight in the restaurant. The people who were eating all ran away as they fought with their laws. Oh, who are you two? Did you come with Fox? The woman with Torvin asks. She's wearing a long black dress that stops before reaching the ground. She has a mask on that looks like a crow. Unlike other masks, hers isn't flat. The eyes stick out, and it has a crow's beak hanging off. Yes, what's going on? Vera asks. Oh, don't worry. This happens every time they meet. They just can't get along. Crow replies, causing Torvin to laugh. Are you Crow the same one? That's been a night eye since Fox joined? Leora asks, unsure how to put it. Yes, as far as I know, there's never been another night eye named Crow. What can I do for you? Crow asks back. I wanted to thank you. Fox hired you long ago, and you helped me out a lot. It was before Dave started helping me? Leora replies, trying not to give any real names, but still not sure how to word it. Dave? Crow asks before realizing it. Oh, you're his! Ah, you're talking again, Crow says before turning to Torvin. Did you know about this? She asks him. Before he can reply, Monkey gets tossed out back into the street. His left arm is bleeding, and he has a deep gash on his right hip. You've gotten a lot stronger since we last met, Fox. I'm almost jealous. Almost, Monkey says while getting up. Lorik walks out of the wall as Monkey looks at him. Lorik is walking with a limp, and one of his ribs is broken. Lawfield, Monkey says, causing his laws to manifest around them. The ground gets covered in dark red ice. Surges of red energy fill the ice, pulsing with power. How do you, Lee? Monkey starts before Lorik stops him. Lawfield, Lorik says, causing his to shatter. The ground turns brown and blue grass grows on it. 10 phantom wolves and blue swords appear in the air as it turns purple. How do you like this? Lorik asks, asking him the question he was about to ask. All right, boys, that's enough, Crow says while stepping forward. She activates her law field, creating a small field inside Lorik's. It's 5 feet wide, and the ground turns pitch black. Small crows fly out of the ground and surround her. Damn, Fox, overpowering Monkey and restricting Crow. I knew you were going to be a damn fine mage. Torvin says before activating his law field. Lorik's and Crow's fields shatter as the ground turns bright green. Wind starts raging on the street, threatening to tear them apart. Torvin immediately cancels it, only using it to break Lorik's. Now come on in, let's talk about repayment for the damages. Looking at you, Monkey, you started this by breaking my door, Torvin says, causing Monkey to groan.